Good morning and welcome back to the channel. So for those of you that know me well, you'll know that the one place that I'm not a fan of is cities full stop. And for those of you with a keen eye, you'll recognise that just behind me here is the Shard. So I'm in our country's capital city, London, and I've set myself a challenge. Can you do wildlife photography in the capital city? Well, we'll soon find out. So come along with me and enjoy the journey and see what I see. So the first place that we've come, Regents Park. Just a quick short 2 undergrounds, and we're at Regents Park from Fenchurch train station, and we're going to go out and explore the park and see what wildlife is on offer. One of the great things about Regent Park is it's got water, and wherever there's water there's usually waterfowl. So what I've got here is a couple of coots, and the coots are at the moment displaying quite a lot and jousting with other coots to get the best breeding patch, and that does make for some nice photographs. We've also got some of the daffodils and flowers that are all in bloom, and so it's quite nice to get the animals in amongst those, and it's just a little bit of something different. So, slightly cheating, we've hired a Pedalo and we're off to get a little bit closer to the heronries and to some of the water birds that are on the Regent Park's lake. A little bit of exercise as well, so you know, burning off breakfast calories, but it'll certainly give us that chance to get a little bit closer and a little bit lower. Well, that was definitely worth the experience. We paid probably £12 for the two of us to go off in a Pedalo, and the Pedalo allowed us to get really close to some subjects that we probably wouldn't have been able to get close to if we were walking along the bankside. And I think probably the best moment at all was when several of the pochards, I'm not quite saying, I can never say that word, the pochards flew towards us, and I've got a lovely shot, which if it's any good, I'll pop up on the screen for you now. So that's Regents Park. Regents Park is one of the largest parks, royal parks, I think, in London. It's a huge park, really nice boating lake in the middle, and lots of wildlife attracted to that boating lake. There's also lots of birds around the outskirts, but as you can see, I'm only with the 70-200 today. I'm trying to be a little bit inconspicuous, and not my 500mm lens would probably draw a little bit too much attention. But for this setup, 70-200 with a Z9, absolutely fantastic. So we're on to the next part next. Okay, so we've arrived at the next royal park. We're at St James's Park. This park is famed for being the last place that Charles I walked before his execution, before they chopped his head off. They allowed him to go for a walk around this park. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a walk round, again, see what wildlife we can photograph. I'm fairly confident that this is the park where you get pelicans.
No, so flamingos.
There's no flamingos, Jen, the pelicans.
Oh.
I have to bring her with me, unfortunately. So come along with me, let's see if we can see anything worth photographing. Been in St James's Park now for probably about 20 minutes. And the variety of birds is much greater than it was at Regents Park. And I think one of the things that's noticeable is, one, how busy it is. There's a lot of people here. But two, as a result of that, the fact that there are so many people, you can get incredibly close to the wildlife. You can get incredibly close to the birds. They're not fearful at all. And that means that you can get some really, really good shots. In fact, I'm getting too close from a 70-200. I've probably been better with bringing my 100 macro lens, because the opportunity to get really up close and personal, and this lens has a minimum focal distance of about 3 meters. So once they come in within that range, I've lost them. Not seen any pelicans yet though, so fingers crossed we'll find them eventually. It's incredible just the variety and diversity of the wildfowl that's on offer here. I've not seen this much diversity since I've been at Martin Mere Wetlands Centre. There is all manner of birds. Some of the birds that I've just been photographing, I've got no idea what they are. I'll have to look them up before I put the picture up on screen for you to see. But what is also great is that the Egyptian geese have had their goslings. I photographed them yesterday in Richmond Park, but there's plenty here, absolutely plenty, so lots of opportunities for photographs. So we're just at one of the notice boards now, and when I said to you that it has a huge diversity of wildlife, on this sign here it says that the lake has about 600 species recorded. That is incredible. I don't think I'd get that at any of the nature reserves that I've been to recently. It is absolutely wonderful. And as I've said previously, what's really, really remarkable about it is how close you can get to these subjects. Normally, you know, I've just been photographing a grey heron, and they're usually, you're lucky if you get within 15 metres of a heron before it flies off. Here, you could reach out and touch them, they're that close. So it is really, really good. Definitely worth doing if you're in the capital. What's really, really nice is that all the trees and the flowers around the lake are all in bloom, so you're able to get some photographs with some different foliage in the background, which is quite nice. And if you blur that out, you get some really, really nice bokeh and some really nice colours in the background. Still looking for these pelicans though. I don't know whether with avian flu they've put them away somewhere and they're keeping them safe, but I've not seen them yet. Gonna keep looking. Avian flu has a lot to answer for. We went all the way up to Shetland and we saw its devastating effects on the gannetries out in Shetland, which were just heartbreaking, to be honest with you. And what we've just discovered is that the pelicans have actually all been taken away because of the risk of avian flu. And as a result, they're not here. Apart from one, there was one escapee, and he's positioned himself in a place that I can't get to get a photograph. I've just got a little bit of video for you, which I'll pop up on screen now, just to prove that there are pelicans here. So we followed the lake round a little bit further, and I actually managed to get the pelican by going into the gardens and shooting through the trellis fencing. I've got 2 muddy knees for my troubles, but hopefully I've got some much nicer video and some much nicer photographs, which I'll pop up on the screen for you now. I'm going to wrap the video up there. Hopefully you can see the London Eye behind me, and we've just gone through Westminster and the place is becoming rammed. It's absolutely chock-a-block, which, to be honest with you, is the part of cities that doesn't appeal to me. However, would I recommend coming to London to do wildlife photography? 100% yeah. The royal parks that we've been to, we did Richmond Park yesterday, which was fantastic with all the deer. We've done Regents Park this morning, and we did the Pedalo on that. That was absolutely sensational. And then we finished off with St James's Park, searching for pelicans. We found one in the end, but actually lots and lots of different birds to photograph along the way. Absolutely, truly wonderful. I would recommend it to anybody who's coming to London. Bring your camera stuff with you and take some photographs while you're here. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a like. If you've not yet subscribed, we're over 2,000 subscribers now, so if you've not subscribed yet, please consider doing so. It costs you nothing, does wonders for the channel. And until next time, even Big Ben's announcing us there, ta-ra.